Sí. Qué rico.
Lo que sobraban, este color tengo, hay uno que es como
Está
flameado
deliciosa la
así,
piña.
ese color.
Mm.
Con la puerta que quiero hacer allí, la quiero hacer así, pero me gusta
Fresh
más el
pineapple,
cromado.
fresh coconut. Espérame, espérame.
Trabajando, ya me
Guys, come and eat a fresh coconut here and pineapple at Coco's Helados El Chel en la Concha.
But you know what? That's where we differ. Because they did decide to include me in their new Netflix documentary. Their Netflix documentary that has a seemingly unlimited number of episodes. We're on what, like episode 6 right now? Ken Burns, the storied documentarian, only had to do 10 parts to cover the Vietnam War. And these assholes, we're going to be on like episode 87.25. It's never going to end. But
Okay, I've got more fan questions. People want to know about Meghan and Harry. So I'm so fucking sick to death of talking about Meghan and Harry, and I've kind of stopped. I didn't even watch the South Park episode. I did watch clips. Like I got the gist. I used to be a big South Park fan growing up. But I just kind of at one point like sort of washed my hands of them of like, look, I've kind of said everything I can say about them. Like we know she's a grifter and they're monetizing their victimhood and throwing their family under the bus to do it, etc. But you have like a unique perspective on this because you were featured in their Netflix documentary and tell people what they said about you because it's kind of crazy.
It is crazy. So they did this whole episode and they had this guy, Chris Boozy, who's a complete, I don't even know what he is, but he doesn't seem to be credible or verifiable. A lot of people have sued him.
He has
Twitter.
this fake business pretty much that investigates bots on. It's a total fucking scam because before he was doing like Russian disinformation or something and he just basically robs liberals blind.
Right. So he comes on here and says that he's uncovered that all of this online vitriol against Meghan and Harry can be funneled down to just this demented cabal of influencers. And I think it was like, what was it, 200 and something, not even influencers. He says in one breath they're influencers and in the next we're just like basement dwelling housewives. Like, well, which is it? We're nobodies or we're influencers because they're two different kinds of things. And we are responsible. And I say we because he showed me. Like it's a clip of me and my YouTube videos and all three of us are white, but one of these other women that they showed, she's a journalist. Like she's not like just some asshole commentator like I am. She's like a legitimate journalist for a news agency, I think in Argentina or something, and saying that we were responsible for all of these bots, like 17 million, like something crazy. And yet you can't point to one DM that I've sent ordering people to like bully and harass them. And it undercuts everything Harry and Meghan said. It's like the whole theme of this like weird masturbatory Netflix thing is everyone hates us and we're so put upon. But then in this one episode, you say the opposite. You're like, oh, it's actually only 200 people. It's like, which is it? Again, like nothing they say ever makes sense or adds up.
And they're labeling genuine critics of theirs as part of some coordinated campaign, which is completely false. I mean, it's like defamatory. Right. Also, I wrote about this on Daily Mail when I found out about it because you did a video on it, and they lied in the documentary about how many accounts there were because Twitter had already gone and done their own internal investigation into these troll accounts, and the amount of accounts they said in the Netflix documentary that were troll accounts versus what Twitter actually found was completely different. I mean, Twitter had already debunked the story, but they still aired that in the documentary, and a lot of people that don't actually follow the Meghan Markle stuff and know like what a liar her and Harry are. I know so many people like here in my town that watched that documentary and then they liked Meghan and Harry and they're like, oh yeah, I do feel bad for them. And it's like, that's just like a propaganda, like PR piece that like, but if you don't follow the stuff on them specifically, like you don't know. You were thinking about taking legal action at one point, weren't you? Because it was defamatory.
Yeah. I mean, if there was a Netflix documentary about child molesters and suddenly there you are, you'd be like, what is this? Like the implication is so ridiculous. They didn't reach out to my management. They didn't DM me, like nothing. And I think what's messed up is like, I grew up in a time where the word documentary like meant something. Like we were going to see something that was the truth. Like it was fact checked and it was balanced. It's like whether it was on penguins or fighter planes, whatever. And now it's like, wait, this was on Netflix, and this is just like you said, it's propaganda at best, and at worst, it's like lies and defamation. And you're like, Jesus Christ, like, this is a Netflix documentary. Like, what else? What else are documentaries lying about? And now I look at any documentary, I'm like, are you telling me the truth about these penguins? I can't even trust you.
I tell people all the time, documentaries are like reality shows, basically. I mean, you know, they all have an angle. You've really got to watch them. And I mean, because that's one reason I have a problem with the true crime culture. That's big with the wine mums, is all the true crime stuff. Because I'm like, this is so sensationalized, and like, please just watch it as entertainment. Although I don't know, I find the true crime thing very creepy, but I just don't even want to go down that tangent on that. Were you tempted to do more Meghan and Harry videos? Because actually, after they defamed you, then you got all these like Meghan and Harry haters on your channel and like new subscribers. Because I saw the comments of like, we just found you. Thank you for talking the truth about them. Like, were you tempted like, oh, should I just do like 10 anti-Meghan videos now?
I mean, I think I've done like 30 anti-Meghan videos. At this point, there's kind of like nothing left to say. It's like her victim narrative has been so run dry. I've like broken down how she seduced him and the shadow self, because there's so much psychology. And you know, we talked about like what's next for a non-celeb. Is it OnlyFans? Like, if she did truly like a school for seduction of like, here is how you manipulate a rich man. Holy shit. Like, I would sell my house to take that. Like, that would be such a cool shift and such a cool thing. But she just like can't unlock.
Well, she wants to be Amal Clooney, basically, or like Angelina Jolie. Right. Yeah, she totally sought him. I mean, a lot of women do that. That's, I think, what Raquel, the theory with Raquel on Vanderpump Rules is that she went after James to get on the show. So, you know, and I don't think there's...
Good for you.
Yeah, I don't think there's actually anything wrong with that.
No.
I was saying this on my Patreon. I don't think there's anything wrong with like being a fan of a celebrity and thinking, I mean, yeah, if you go into it as in like, I'm going to like destroy their life and like bleed them dry, yeah, then you're in the wrong. But I think that if you're a fan, you're like, hey, I like this person on TV. I would like to be on their show. I also think we would like get along and be a good couple. Girl, scheme and plot away and make your dreams happen, okay?
Absolutely. I think that this is how women have operated, successful women have operated through society all throughout history. I mean, we see this from like king's mistresses and Cleopatra. It's like, only now are we in this ridiculous age of like, I need to tell him exactly how I feel. And I'm just going to subtweet, like, you look like a fucking clown. Like, this is not the strategy. You are going against thousands of years of tried and true ways that worked. And Meghan didn't. Like, she followed the script. And I'm like, oh, slow clap. But I just wish she could have inhabited this like, hell yeah, look at this guy I got. Ooh. Instead of somehow being like, I'm a victim here. Like, girl, what are you talking? You're a champion. What are you talking about? You're not a victim.
You won at life. Literally, like you hit the fucking jackpot, girl. A B-list actress to like the most famous woman of her generation, pretty much.
Absolutely.
All right, look, we've recorded for so long that I literally have more questions, but